Hi guys, so I'm just getting ready for work and I wanted to talk about the socially anxious to heavily outspoken defensive trope because I was deep in this about myself the other day and it actually kind of made me sad. Um, and I want to talk about like what triggered the sadness basically. I actually have 15 minutes to get my makeup done, so wish me luck. Um, I think I should be able to do it. But yeah, so basically, backstory, I'm Gloria. As a kid, I was extremely socially anxious. I honestly believe things like that don't ever just go away. Like they kind of always lurk or they're about to pounce on you at some point. And I was humbled when I clocked this about myself because I genuinely thought I was completely over it. Like I get quiet, I get a bit nervous around new people, but I just attributed that to being shy. I didn't call it social anxiety anymore because I just felt like I don't really think that much about people. Whereas when I was younger, I remember one of the worst situations for me was the bus. Like, I would get on the bus and I'm quite tall, I'm quite skinny. And when I was a teenager, that wasn't great. Like, it wasn't cute to be skinny. Um, Obviously, I'm not trying to say it was better to be fat at all. I definitely had it easier than people like that. But people commented on my skinniness a lot, and I couldn't understand why I couldn't put on weight. Someone should have just told me, like, you're a teenager and it will come later, but I just could not fathom. I was like, oh my God, all these women look amazing. Even girls in my class, but I was like, why can't I look a bit more thick? Anyway, so this was something that I played on my mind. I hated my figure. I would close my eyes when I walked past a shop reflection. I remember that especially. One of the craziest situations for me was getting on a bus because I would tell myself that everyone on the bus is analyzing my body because obviously the bus, everyone's facing the same way. So I would convince myself that everyone on that bus is looking at me and they've all decided that my figure is disgusting. And it's sad to think about. I mean, I don't really get sad thinking about it anymore, but that's how socially anxious I was. I barely spoke. Teachers got excited about me in primary school speaking to them. So it was that kind of like, she just doesn't speak. I didn't say good afternoon when I got into the car because my next door neighbor used to pick me from school and I was too scared to say good afternoon because I thought she would find my voice funny. Lo and behold, she found it rude that I just got in her car and was silent, obviously. So it's just crazy. I wish as a kid I could understand this, but I didn't even know I had social anxiety. Anyways, that's my backstory of, a bit about me and my social anxiety. So imagine the fact when I went from that to becoming the most opinionated, outspoken, doesn't take SHIT kind of girl. Um, and this is real. Like, this is what I'm like. This is actually how I got my TikTok platform. It's because I just started posting my thoughts on like the silliest things. It started with like styles of school shoes, and now it's like actual political or like social issues or like the black community, things like that. I think those are the videos people enjoy from me or interact with. When I'm on live, these are the sorts of things I like to talk about. And this extends into my real life. Like, if my mum is being unfair, being unjust in the slightest way, I will call it out. And I won't just call it out, I'm passionate. And I only realized this recently, and I'll tell you why. But same with like my boyfriend, like, I do not shut up. Like, if he does something even slightly to annoy me, and I've learned to kind of pick my battles now because I love him and it's annoying sometimes. Like, it's like, Glory, it wasn't that serious. It didn't need a whole conversation. But I will obviously set my boundaries, but like, it just doesn't always need a whole discussion and all that. But I will not back down. Like, I will not back down, but like, I will hold on to it. I'll feel like justice hasn't been served. I'm very big on justice. I think that's where this passion comes from. It's like, I want justice for situations. I want justice for myself. When my brother talked to me about his job, because my brother works in finance, I work in tech. So the difference between my job and his is very political sometimes. They get argumentative. people were sly, whereas in tech, I feel like there's still a bit more on that diversity and inclusion, and we're nice to everyone. And I just don't understand the things that he deals with sometimes. So when he's telling me the stories of things, mind you, he's a black boy. So sometimes I'm even thinking like these people are just taking the absolute piss because of that as well. But anyways, I'm just thinking, I'm so lucky I didn't go into finance. I don't know if I'd last because oh my God, I wouldn't drop some of the things. And to be fair, my brother's done really well to fight his corner as well, considering he could be a bit shy, nowhere near as shy as me, but he was a bit quiet. But I think we get that from our mum. It's just the general shyness or quietness. But I was just like, if I was there, I would have said this. That would have pissed me off so badly. I don't know how you deal with your job. That's the type of person I am now. And I'm not gonna lie, the other day I had a little bit of a mental breakdown because I just deeped a few things that people said to me, and I was like, wow, I'm really becoming like a combative, like not nice person. Actually, I wouldn't say I'm not nice. Yeah, I think I could come across as I'm not nice. I think I'm a very kind person. I care about the people around me a ton. But I think my need for justice was starting to come across as like kind of intimidating, or it's like people don't want to deal with me. I don't think that's a general consensus. This is why I said my social anxiety has come back. Not that it's come back, it's probably always been there, but nothing's like triggered me in years. Maybe on minor scales, but not as much as this. And sorry, let's do the eyeliner because this is risky. It's my mom's birthday today, and we're going to the theatre, but obviously I have to go to work before that, so I need this makeup to last. Which I think it will. It's just the eyeliner's not looking that even, but it's fine. What was I saying? So yeah, I had a little bit of a mental breakdown because I was on holiday with my friends, and I think one of my friends said something along the lines of like, so we were having a conversation about police, and I was just sharing my opinion on the police. Like I was like, there's a lot of police here. So we were in New York. There's a lot of police here. They were kind of saying, oh, this shows that they really invest in their police, which they don't in the UK. And I was saying, I've heard really bad things about the police here. And I don't think having loads of police means you're investing in your police in the right way. I did not realize that was just doing too much and making it too serious because my friend, I'm not upset at her, but and I'm sure she didn't even mean it this way, but I took it this way because I have that tendency to think about myself badly in social situations. But she kind of just backed down immediately. She was just like, forget what I said, like, let's move on. And I just kind of thought, oh my God, I thought that was like an invitation to talk about police and like, I don't know, share our opinions. And I was like, oh, maybe I'm too opinionated. Maybe I should have just agreed and moved on. So I felt like crap and I went really silent. I was like, oh my God, have I just been like too opinionated this holiday? Have I been talking too much? Have I been disagreeing too much? Like, does it come across as I'm someone who just doesn't want to agree with people? Like, I was so, guys, I literally had a lump in my throat and I had to like mentally get it out because it's like, who am I going to call to sort out this thing? And I shouldn't always have to call for validation. Anyways, I think the reason it got to me a lot is because I started deeping the fact that like, wow, I used to be really quiet and people hated it. Like people would comment on it all the time. It comes across rude. Like shyness can be rude. I've learned to find a balance. Like I'm older now, I have a job, like I know how to be polite and not have to be that outspoken loud person. But I was just like, wow, so am I better off just being silent? Like I started spiraling, and I don't think I've ever had anyone talk about like going from that kind of person to this kind of person and how you deal with it or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, like it was really humbling for me because I think in that moment me and my best friend, I wasn't with my best friend at the time, but me and my best friend have like really open and honest conversations, and I definitely take what she tells me on board. But I think in this moment is when I deeped one of the things she had said to me as well, because she said that I don't like opinions that aren't like mine sometimes. And don't get me wrong, like I am teachable. I just love my own opinions, and I guess I'm learning to be a bit more receptive and show that I'm taking the other person's opinion on board. Maybe that just doesn't come across, but yeah. And I think I deeped, oh my god, like she's noticed it as well. And then I remembered my boyfriend as well has said, um, he used, I don't know if it was like the word combative once, and I was like, when he said it, I didn't actually, he said it after this happened. And I think that was like the last straw in a way for me. I was like, oh my gosh, like there's something seriously wrong with me and I need to fix this. So yeah, I don't know what to do with this. Like I'm gonna do a little Google later on, but I just feel very kind of sad about it. And I know that this is social anxiety talking. Like I think 80% of this is social anxiety. People aren't actually thinking, oh my god, like she's so annoying to talk to, because I have loads of friends. They don't call me that. That's not the first thing they call me when they're talking about what kind of person they think I am. They talk about how kind and giving and thoughtful I am. But it does make me sit back and think maybe my era of opinionatedness is over. I think as a teenager, oh my god, so opinionated, so I had my anxiety, but with the people who I wasn't anxious around, oh my gosh, I would not shut up. And now I just feel like getting older, people just don't care as much. I've even seen it myself. I care less about politics. I care less about arguing. I'm just so like, I don't know. Like I literally love politics as well, and I used to love it so much. And I've noticed recently I'm just taking like steps back. I'm staying informed, but I'm not discussing it with people. I think that's what was going on. But yeah, what is this, guys? Like, what is going on? And does anyone else experience this? Because it's just so weird to me. Anyways, I'm glad I finished my makeup. I don't know what the time is. I should probably try and straighten my hair. I don't know if I'll have time for that, but it looked crazy, so I'm gonna have to find time. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I don't know if this resonates, but let me know. I do UGC, so check out my portfolio and hit me up on TikTok. I go live quite often on Thursday nights, GMT. So yeah, thanks for being here.